Hey everybody, Steve here. Here's a look at all the stories we're following from the AFR News Desk for October 21st, 2014. Our lead story this week is a follow-up on a story we announced a couple weeks ago, and that's the latest edition of the 1 for 5 magazine from Paul Dillon. There was a slight delay in the print edition coming out, but mine just arrived in the mailbox today, so I'm sure that anyone who ordered that print edition, if you haven't received yours already, it should be coming very soon. I just wanted to mention this again because this is such a fantastic magazine. There's always really great articles, some good freebies, and plus the design of this month's cover is really phenomenal. It's really evocative of the olden days of football. American football, that is. So especially if you're an American football tabletop fan, this is a really fantastic issue to pick up. And if you're interested in just tabletop sports in general, again, this is a really great magazine to add to your collection. I'll post links to the 1 for 5 site below and how you can order that magazine. Paul, congratulations on another successful issue. Definitely looking forward to the next one. And in a story that I forgot to cover a couple weeks ago, over on the Play.com forums, Al Wilson released a new solo chart that can be used with the second season football game from Play.com. And what this chart does is it allows you to have an AI control either the offense or defense, or both. And it's a really easy addition to the game. It's just 2d6 that you need to roll with it to call both of the plays, and it's a fantastic addition for those of us that play the game mostly solo and are looking for a way to have an AI control the other team. Al's had a lot of great contributions to our hobby, and this is another fantastic addition from Al Wilson. And now let's take a look at new releases. The Greatest Teams of the Past set has been re-released for Shootout Hockey. The 1974-75 season and the 2014 World Hockey League fictional set are both out now for Hockey Blast from Play.com. In other hockey news, the 1997-98 NHL season for Rinkside Hockey from FTP Sports is out, and there's also a sale going on for all of their hockey products, where the more that you buy, the more that you can save. There's a couple of new additions for Grid Zone from designer Gary Brown. First, there's a new alternate key player chart that gives you even more opportunities for your best players to be called on. And then also a new fan set has been released that features the 1983 USFL teams that can be used on your Grid Zone board. TV Wars, the 1996 through 1998 yearbook, is out for Ultra Quick Wrestling from Downey Games. APBA is having a special sale on the 2008, 2009, and 2010 baseball sets. For a limited time, as long as supplies last, you can get each of those sets for $30 or $75 for all three. And finally, Delphi Forum user Windsor Greg has put out a sample of his newly designed roster card baseball game that you can download for free over at the Delphi forums, and I'll post a link to that below. And now it's time for the question of the week. So last week I asked everybody what their favorite tabletop moment has been that just made them smile. Again, there were some really great responses. Thank you to everybody that left a comment. A couple of them that I found particularly enjoyable. One user commented that him and his college friends get together once a year to go see a couple different baseball games in some different cities, and they also throw some dice and play APBA Baseball. And after many years of play, this last get-together, they actually finally had a rainout result that came up on the APBA charts. And another user commented that he remembers playing Pursue the Pennant back in the 80s, and whenever Enos Campbell would come up to bat, he would imagine the crowd chanting, "Enos," because he was his favorite player at the time. So thank you for sharing those comments, guys. I'm sure that all of us in the tabletop sports hobby can relate to those stories, and it's really fun to read other people's experiences. This week, I'd like to know, what is your favorite way to play sports games in light of that new AI solo chart that Al Wilson put out? I was wondering, do people prefer to play sports games solo, or do you prefer to play them head-to-head? For myself, I'm definitely in a solo gaming mode most of the time. With 2 small children to take care of, my gaming time is very limited, so it's nice to be able to set up a game here in my man cave and roll a little bit, be able to leave it set up when other duties call, and then come back to it at a later time. Definitely not as many opportunities to go out and play with other people. However, when those special occasions do come up, I do enjoy sitting down and playing head-to-head with somebody else. So, again, I look forward to your comments, and we'll highlight some of my favorites on next week's show. And now it's time for channel updates. Okay, so last week in the show I mentioned that I have a couple reviews that I'm working on, and I actually should have my Grid Zone football review up fairly soon. And then once that is up, I'll start working on the Digging Deep Golf from Digging Deep Sports review. And as always, the sports news will be up hopefully every Tuesday evening. Thank you to everybody that's helped spread the word about the channel. We're just about to cross over into the 450 subscriber range, so it's really fantastic to see AFR continue to grow. Alright guys, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. My name's Steve, and I'll see you next time after further review.